So good day, everyone. We are Group 6 and we are tasked to report on global citizenship. Thanks, Lois. Okay, so the topic outline is shown on the screen. So we are to define global citizenship and discuss key principles of global citizenship, identify and analyze key global issues, examine international organizations, demonstrate an understanding of different cultures and perspectives, evaluate the effects of global digital media, migration, and cultural exchange on global citizenship, and evaluate the impact of individual and collective actions on global issues. So, what is global citizenship? So, first, we uh, we define citizenship. So, citizenship is the legal relationship between a state and a person. It gives a person rights and responsibilities. So, the examples of the rights of people, of a citizen, is to vote, to hold public office, and the responsibilities of such citizen involves loyalty and taxation. So we move to defining global citizenship now. Next, Lois. Okay, so we define citizenship in a cosmopolitan perspective. So this refers to recognizing that one's identity transcends geographical or political borders and that responsibilities or rights are derived from being a member of a broader global community. So another definition of global citizenship is that it is the moral and ethical disposition that can guide the understanding of individuals or groups of local and global contexts and remind them of their relative responsibilities within various communities. Next. So we move to key principles of global citizenship. Okay. So first is the human rights. So human rights, the fundamental freedoms and protections that every person is entitled to simply by being human. These rights include access to education, healthcare, shelter, safety, and freedom of expression. As global citizens, it is our responsibility to recognize, respect, and advocate for these rights not only in our own communities but around the world. Next, cultural diversity. So this refers to the variety of human societies and cultures in a region or the world as a whole. It celebrates differences in languages, customs, traditions, values, and worldviews. Global citizens appreciate and learn from other cultures rather than judging or ignoring them. Recognizing cultural diversity builds respect, empathy, and open mindedness, helping to create a peaceful and inclusive global society. Next is sustainability. Meeting our present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. So this principle calls on global citizens to reduce waste, use renewable resources, and support policies that care for the planet and people. It includes protecting the environment, promoting social fairness, and ensuring economic responsibility. The next, we move to the roles and responsibilities of global citizens. So our so the next is climate change. So this involves reducing carbon footprints by using energy responsibly and making sustainable lifestyle choices. This can also mean advocating for renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower instead of fossil fuels. Next is poverty. So this involves supporting fair trade by buying ethically made products that protect workers' rights, advocating for social justice to ensure equal opportunities in education, employment, and healthcare. Contribute to charities or development projects that improve lives in underprivileged communities. This can also mean raising awareness and taking action to close the global wealth gap. Next is conflict. Conflict. This involves promoting peace building through nonviolent communication and education, fostering intercultural understanding by learning about different cultures and challenging stereotypes. So, all in all, to fight conflict, so we stand against hate, racism, and discrimination wherever they exist. Okay, so the next to report is Clifford.
Hello, 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 hello. So, um, I'll be identifying the uh, and analyzing key global issues. So, first, climate change, rising global temperatures, extreme weather events, pollution, and the destruction of ecosystems threaten life on Earth. So, so its effects includes like rising global temperatures, ana. So these are mainly caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial emissions, which release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Next, um, global poverty. So, billions of people still lack basic needs like food, clean water, shelter, healthcare, and education. Economic and education. Economic inequality divides communities and nations. So, so kanang poverty, uh, it limits people's potential and creates barriers to development sa in our global. Next, uh, public health crisis. So outbreaks like COVID-19 show how vulnerable global health systems are, highlight highlight the need for strong public health cooperation. So, uh, so like sa COVID-19 pandemic, where um, um, public health expose their weakness in healthcare systems. So they can arise from like uh, infectious diseases, uh, non-communic non-communicable diseases, uh, poor sanitation, and lack of healthcare access. So these crises don't just affect health, they impact economies, education, and social stability as well. Next, human trafficking. Millions are forced into exploitation or flee their homes due to war, poverty, or persecution, facing dangerous journeys and uncertain futures. So, uh, this thrives. It thrives in areas with poverty, weak law enforcement, and political instability. So, where victims often face physical and emotional abuse, and they are deprived of their freedom and dignity. Next, uh, armed conflicts, ongoing wars, political violence, and terrorism destabilize countries, destroy lives, and create refugee crises. Uh, so armed conflicts, whether between countries or within a nation, cause widespread harm. Uh, they result in loss of life, uh, displacement, uh, destruction of infrastructure, and long-term trauma. So conflicts can be caused by political tension, competition over resources, ethnic or religious disputes, and failed governance in a country. Next, analysis of global issues includes next. Wait. So, balik, Osa. So, paanta. Um, to better understand and address these issues, we must first analyze them from different perspectives. Like, uh, this includes tong mga, ano like, sa understanding their root causes, considering the perspective of different stakeholders, and recognizing their social and economic impacts. So, next, ano eh? So, understanding root causes. Uh, investigate deeper reasons behind each problem, such as greed, inequality, resource exploitation, corruption, or historical conflicts. So, every issue has underlying causes. So, for example, uh, climate change. Uh, it stems from industrialization and overconsumption. Uh, poverty can be also traced to systemic inequality and lack of access to education. So by addressing root causes, we can create more effective and lasting solutions. Next, uh, considering stakeholder perspective. Examine how different groups, government, corporations, citizens, activists view the problem and their roles in solving or contributing to it. So, uh, global issues affect many stakeholders, including governments, communities, and so understanding their Next. So recognizing next is kanang recognizing socio-economic impacts. Analyze how these issues affect economies, societies, communities, and individuals, including how vulnerable groups are often the hardest hit. Uh, these global challenges deeply affect society and economies. So, like climate change can destroy crops and livelihoods, poverty limits education and job opportunities, public health crisis, strain health systems and reduce workforce productivity. So, recognizing these impacts helps us prioritize solutions that improve quality of life. Next, please. So, international organizations and global governance. Uh, International organizations play a key role in solving global problems by creating rules, frameworks, and partnerships across countries. Uh, by solving global issues requires collaboration. International organizations play a vital role in coordinating efforts, sharing resources, and setting international standards and policies. Global governance ensures that countries work together to find solutions that benefit everyone. Okay, next. Mm, so first, UN or United Nations. So they work they work to promote peace, security, human rights, and development across the world. Hosts peacekeeping missions and humanitarian aid programs. The United Nations nag-lead they lead many efforts to maintain peace, promote sustainable developments, and protect human rights. So they provide humanitarian aid and peacekeeping missions para nang katong kato ilang mga missions basta kato and they support initiatives to tackle climate change, poverty, and global health. Next, UNESCO. So they focus on education, science, culture, and communication to promote peace through knowledge, sharing, and cultural understanding. So the UNESCO, a branch of UN, so one uh, works to ensure inclusive and good quality education. They promote cultural heritage and support scientific collaboration, all of which address root causes of many global issues. Next, uh, lastly, the World Trade Organization, WTO. So they regulate international trade practices aiming to make global trade smooth, fair, and beneficial to all countries. So, like as their organization name says, World Trade Organization, they oversee international trades. Their goal is to ensure trade flows smoothly, fair, na, so, in between countries or like fairly nga flow ang atong kuan ba mga products na ipakuan nila every country sa kana. So by helping developing countries access global markets. Whew. The World Trade Organization contributes to reducing poverty and promoting economic development. Next, Lois, go.
So next is understanding cultures and perspectives. So global citizens must appreciate and understand cultural differences because exposure to diverse cultures builds empathy, respect, and reduces prejudice. Second is recognizing different worldviews improves problem solving and teamwork in international or multicultural settings. Lastly is tools for understanding include learning new languages, traveling, studying abroad, and engaging in cultural cross-cultural communication. So so from this slide, it is said that global citizens to understand new culture differences, they must learn new languages, traveling and studying abroad, and also engaging in cultural communication. Next is the effects of digital media, migration, and cultural exchange on global citizenship. First is digital media. It can spread awareness and mobilize change, but can also spread misinformation or amplify divisions if not used responsibility. So digital media helps us connect people across the globe ito, and it can also raise awareness of global issues by posting by social media, but it has potential also to spread false information which can deepen divisions if not used responsibility. So next is migration. It enriches host societies with new ideas, talents, and cultures, but may also strain public resources and test social unity. So it also brings culture richness and new skills to host countries, but it can also challenge resources and social cohesion if not well managed. And lastly is cultural exchange. So it encourages mutual understanding, innovation, and creativity. However, it must be approached respectfully to avoid cultural appropriation. So cultural exchange fosters understanding, creativity, and cooperation. However, it is essential to engage respectfully to avoid any disrespect towards someone's culture. So next is the impact of global issues. So there are two types of impacts. So first is individual and second is collective level. So for the first is individual level, it can spread awareness and mobilize change, but can also spread misinformation or amplify divisions if not used properly. So global challenges can affect individuals by shaping their views, actions, and roles in society. Each person can help by staying informed and promoting change unless it is not used properly, which can cause more chaos into the issue. Next is collective level. So it enriches host societies with new ideas, talents, and cultures, but may also strain public resources and test social unity. So communities and societies can tackle global problems more effectively through cooperation, shared resources, and collective action. So there are proposing solutions. So first is support policies focus on sustainability, human rights, and social equity. Educate others about global challenges to encourage civic action. Lastly is promote inclusive decision making that respects cultural diversity and different perspectives. So by these solutions, we can address the global issues by supporting just policies, raising awareness, and encouraging inclusive, diverse decision making. Thank you.